Welcome, 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 guys, to my Love Island USA episode 4 recap. Yes, guys, I have been Love Islanding, recapping all day today, and we are back again for the last one of the day. All caught up basically on Love Island USA and UK. Thankfully. But we are here to chat this episode for. This episode was off the fucking rails, guys. I I don't know what happened between the recoupling last episode and this episode. Just off the rails. Somebody like threw a bomb into the villa and said, "Go crazy." And everybody decided to go crazy. We have Rachel here and she agrees. This episode was madness. Charlene also said, yeah, it was. FTA, this episode was crazy. The thing is, I would, like, you know how we've been talking about manufactured drama in the other version? I believe all of this was actual real madness that was happening. Like, I don't believe there was anything manufactured about any of this. These people lost their minds this episode. I don't know why. It's like, what, day 4 or 5? No, has to be more. So it has to be like maybe 7 in the villa. Are they stir crazy? Did they lose their minds because it's like they've been cooped up in the villa for a whole week? Possibly. Plus whatever, what do you call that? Quarantining time that they have before they go in the villa? Maybe. But they lost their minds, guys. They lost their minds. So, I don't even know where to begin. I was just like, some of this stuff was just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Whole conversations of craziness. But we do start this episode at the beginning where Hannah is pissed at Hakeem. Liv pulls her. Again, I don't understand why Liv was involved in any of this situation. I guess because she was coupled up with Hakeem. But she also seemed to be making all of this about her. And I'm just like, girl, why? None of this has anything to do with you. Nothing. Nada. TA agrees that these people are for real, which is the crazy part. So Liv is all like trying to get her like calm down, but also like, oh well, it's the same situation I was in. No, Liv, no. This is not the same situation you were in. Not at all. None of it. Hi, Prishay. Welcome back. So she wants Hannah to talk to him. Hannah's like, I want to talk to him. And also, who could blame her? How he reacted to her was literally uncalled for. So no, I would not want to talk to Hakeem. Liv though tries to clean it up, saying that maybe it didn't come out that way that Hakeem intended, and trying to prod Hakeem to like apologize. Hannah feels like she was very upfront about her feelings towards him. Agreed. He has a whole different demeanor now between yesterday and today, which for them is like maybe an hour. That he's sorry if she took it wrong. Took it wrong? You basically accused her of leading you on and then dumping you. That is not what happened. You did not have any of that happen to you. So yeah, I can see why you calmed down now, because you probably thought about it like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have did all of that. TA points out that Hannah, we understand the Hakeem situation. Liv is a messy gaslighter. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Prishay says, I need a vote where Liv has to go. I can't anymore. I said, listen, there's a point where I was screaming at her. We're going to get to, because I was so over her. I was so over her. So she does, Hannah, get upset. Like, she says there's nothing to talk about, and I absolutely stand with her on this. Liv and Hakeem continue to press her, which pissed me off. And then Liv wants to like try to exit and let them talk. No, girl, you put yourself in the middle of this. You insisted she had to talk to him. So no, you don't get to leave and leave her emotional with this guy to have to her to have to deal with him, for him to continue to gaslight her like she did something wrong. He finally leaves, and Liv stays and comforts her, and apologizes for how, but he on the way out apologizes for how it all came out. I'm like, none of this, both of you are not kosher. Neither one of you are kosher, because what the heck was that between last night and tonight? We do see Connor and Janae chat and sit down, and they discuss her choosing him over Coy. He points out that all the reasons that she was saying actually sounded like Coy, so he thought that it was over, and he was laughing when she said his name. And to be fair, I kind of said the same thing last when I watched the episode. I was like, what she's saying starts off like Coy, but I'm pretty sure that she is gonna say Connor. And she did. She does say that she hadn't fully made her decision until she was up there, which, understandable. I think it was a hard decision for her. I don't think she took it lightly to have Coy not stay in the villa. But she does break down why she chose Connor over Coy. And she says he just brings a different energy that she's looking for. He has great eye contact, and he appreciates it. So they seem to be on a solid page for now. Hannah and Kendall talk, and she's still emotional. He comforts her, but Kendall does say that he's upset at her saying she was 50-50. And listen, I'm not the biggest Kendall fan. I did say in my recap that I do think it was a lot for her to be saying that she was 50-50. Like, I thought it was wild that she was saying 50-50 between Kendall and Hakeem, when I feel like she was super physical with Kendall throughout the conversations, journey, whatever was going on between the three of them. So he felt like they were more on the same wavelength, and that 50-50 that was not where he thought that was, considering their connection. So he feels like maybe she again portrayed something more to Hakeem that he doesn't know, especially for Hakeem to have such vim against her. And again, guys, I understand this is an edited program, but based on what we saw, she literally said 50-50 to Hakeem. My whole thing is, somebody said 50-50 to me, I would know that means that that's not 100. And B, which means that it's a potential that I don't get chosen. And B, if someone said 50-50 to me and I'm the newer person in the relationship, I know that there's probably more of a potential I ain't getting chosen. So I don't care what Hakeem says. None of the equation that he's putting down on paper is adding up to that he should have been the person chosen. None of it. Not any of it. Sorry. So we do see Leah and Rob chat, and they talk about whether he will chat with Liv, and he said no because she seems mad. And he doesn't understand why she's mad. And Leah said, again, what did y'all talk about? And he said, like, literally, it was the most random shit. Like, there was nothing there. And she says, well, she's happy to be back with Rob. She's just still confused about what's going on with him and Liv, because Liv is so upset. And we do see Liv then does pull Rob for a tat and says that she knows he was going to get to know them both, which was fair. But she says that everyone else was under the impression that he was way more into Leah, and he was never going to give Liv a chance. And he was doing things like trying. Hey, Danita. Danita says, hey, y'all, what did we just watch? Yeah, that's what we're on right now. We don't know. We're a mess. A wild ride. I don't know what happened here. But we're gonna power through this episode. So she says, you know, that she found that he's doing things to get Leah's attention, taking her to the dock for secret meetups. She feels lied to. And he says, I'm confused. Our very first chat, I said to you that Leah is my number one. Our first chat. She says, no, you didn't say that. I say, I watched him say that to you. He said that to you. What are you talking about, Liv? He said that to you. So from that point on, Leah was number one. Y'all then had a couple of conversations that went nowhere, that didn't even sound kosher. And he didn't think you were going to choose him. He was shocked at the fire pit when you did choose him. You chose him fine. And yeah, you still are insisting that just because you chose him, that meant that he was supposed to just dump Leah and any connection that they had, because it's early days and you are who you are, and he should have just appreciated that. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Just doesn't work that way. Hey, CJ, welcome back. Prochet says, Liv reminds me of Jess from this season of the UK. She just can't believe she's not the it girl. Exactly. This is all about the fact that I think, you know, the cheap ticket that Love Island USA booked her to Fiji, she thought that meant that she was going to come on and be the Molly May and be the it girl of the season, and that she would have her pick of whoever she wanted to. And instead, she's like, nobody. She's not anybody. Nobody cares. We don't care. Maybe if this wasn't US, maybe if this was like UK, maybe she would be the Molly May. But this is the USA. And girl, you don't have a leg up here. You just don't. And your personality ain't winning you no favors at all. CJ saying Serena reminds her of Cachet a little. CJ, or he, I'm sorry if I hate misgendering you, but let me know what you mean by that, because I'm not sure. Serena, I think, is overthinking things, and she is going to actually screw herself out of a villa spot, but that's just me. I could be wrong. Boys are picking, or boys are supposed to pick. So I don't know what she's doing right now at all. Aaron and Kyler chat, and he's shocked that Janae picked Connor at the last second. And Kyler says she thought that they were the strongest connection. He says, no, it's them. He says he's happier when they spend time together. I'm like, guys, I have a feeling this is gonna. I mean, I did see the first look. This is just foreshadowing that things are just gonna continue to go downhill because you are not the strongest couple. Goodbye. Um, they all start getting ready for the night, and we hear Kendall is saying he feels lied to by Hannah. Um, not sure if she's the girl for him. We see Liv insist again that Rob needs to tell her things changed, that he wanted Leah more. And this is where I started screaming at Liv on like at my computer screen, because I was watching on the computer at 1.75 speed. And I started screaming at Liv because I said, nothing changed. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. He has been into Leah more since day one. You thought that it was one-sided. You thought that it was just Leah and that Rob couldn't possibly mean what he was saying to you. Nothing has changed. You are delusional and lying to yourself. Can we stop and say we didn't? Oh my God. Prishay says, Kendall, shut up. You don't even like Hannah. You're just waiting for your blonde bombshell to come in since Liv didn't watch you, period. I agree with that one. Danita says, delusional Liv was back at it tonight. Like hardcore. I don't know what happened, what she got fed, because again, nothing changed in anything that Rob has been doing. Nothing. TA says Liv was in meltdown mode when she said that about Rob. Like Liv is on Delulu Island. I have to figure that that's like when they booked her ticket, they said it was Delulu, not Fiji, because I she's leaning into this like hardcore. I don't get it. And Charlie says, I hope Cordell makes it. Oh, sorry. I'm going to hold on to that one, actually. Janae feels better that the girls told her that she did a good job, which, is good. I think she did need that reassurance that he, I know it was hard for her to send Coy Hill. You could tell it was just hard for her, but she had to do what was best for her. I do feel like she did what was best for her, because he was giving nothing. He wasn't giving her anything. And even when he leaves, we watched, if you watch the video that they put out of him on Instagram, he basically says he hopes she finds what she's looking for. He had that the only thing he regrets is not getting to know Serena. So not opening up more to Janae, getting to know Serena. And dude, you had ample time though. You had all the time in the world to get to know Serena. She was right there. Like, we watched you have conversations with her, and you know who you were talking about? Janae. So please, let us not do this. Let's not try to retcon history here. You had the time if you actually wanted to. You just did not want to. So, okay. In bed, we see Kyler and Aaron make out. Liv and Hakeem make out, though she does have to ask him to slow down. Rob and Leah cuddle. Janae and Connor cuddle. So that is where we are. Kay's burner is here. Kay said, Liv and Aaron on a hunt for a hottie that can provide them with a American visa and green card, and that's it. I don't know about Aaron on that, but I can definitely see that with Liv. Serena was into Coy. Kendall gave her the Ignite one. She wasn't feeling him. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. It's not like Serena wasn't open. So the ball was in Coy's court, and he, just like with Janae, did not take the ball up and throw it. That's it. So I can't with him. Rachel agrees. Coy is so unserious for making that statement. Like stop trying to give us black love. We don't believe you. I don't believe you because all the black love you needed, the potential was right there. You chose not to pursue either of them. You chose not to pursue either. That's your fault. So we do see that Hannah then apologizes to Hakeem the next morning, which okay, sure. Don't think he deserved it, but sure. Kyler asks Leah how was her night. She says she's much better. She's way happier, which okay. It, I thought I believed her here, and then things seemed to go south later on during the day. So I don't know what that was about. Serena and Janae chat, and she says that Connor was very polite and respectful, and she says she's not that big on the baby steps, but she's good for now. Hannah makes Kendall breakfast to apologize because she realizes she upset him. She does want to make him feel like she likes him. He says that he's sensitive and that he really likes her, but then he ITMs that he doesn't fully trust her. We'll chat with Hakeem to clear up any confusion. And this is my thing with Kendall. I agree. I think he's very sensitive. It's a very unattractive. But also, I don't think he likes Hannah like that. I think he physically likes Hannah. I don't think he actually likes Hannah like that. I don't. So I think that his standing in the villa, he's concerned about. And he just wants to make sure that no surprises happen to him before he's ready to jump ship. But I don't think he likes Hannah like that. That's my personal opinion. Liv chats with Rob again. And chats about Rob again and saying that he was saying 50-50. Now she's trying to throw in this word. She heard the 50-50 thing was working with other situations where people were starting to really oh yeah, no, that was wrong, 50-50, right? So now she wants to say that he was saying 50-50 to her when all he said to her, he was going to give her a chance. He didn't say nothing about 50-50. He said Leah was his number one, and I'm going to give you a chance. None of that is 50-50, and it's definitely not 100-100. So I need Liv to get off of Delulu Island and sail right away, hopefully, probably, and definitely to Australia, but also leave me alone with this because Rob did not do any of this. He didn't do any of it. I can understand if he did some of it, but he did nothing. We do see Cordell make Serena breakfast. He makes her avocado toast for the first time. And she's happy here. I don't know. She's happy here. I don't know. TA says Kendall seems to make it clear to have all the excuses known for when he turns his head to the next bombshell to come in when he runs from Hannah. He does not like her like that. Facts. All facts. Facts, no printer. Perche says, if a man keeps telling you that he's surprised that you picked him, what does that tell you, Liv? I don't know. We might need to speak slower. I know she still speaks English, but I'm starting to wonder because why don't you understand the words that was coming out of his mouth? I understood them. You chose him first. He was going to choose you never because Leah was his number one choice. I don't get it otherwise. I really don't. I really, really don't. So we do see that Janae and Connor chat, saying that he was trying to be a gentleman and he enjoyed the conservative cuddling. Janae gets a text. Beachside Teddy Challenge, something like that. A hashtag Factor 50, hashtag Vacation Vixen. So they're going to play a challenge. This is another thing I like about Love Island USA. We still get our challenges, and I do feel like our challenges do add to the entertainment. Whereas I need like UK to start trying to throw some challenges in there because the stuff y'all are doing, maybe that would help decrease the circular conversations that we're having with the same people about the same thing. So, instead of also the manufactured drama. So now we're playing the Vacation Vixen. Vacation Vixen, you come out of an airline, get wet, slide down a slide, splash into a pool, message in a bottle for a fellow islander on the girl side, read it, pick one, pour water over them, do the same thing on the boys' side, read it, pick one, throw water over them, aim an arrow at a guy you want to kiss, have him kiss you under a waterfall, and that is the game. So first up is Serena, and she's sliding down the slide twerking. She has her first islander questions, which girl wouldn't be with the guy on she's with on the outside, and she says Janae, and Janae doesn't seem mad about it, so I guess there's some truth there. And then a boy who is the shadiest, she chooses Hakeem, and because why else wouldn't you? And she aims her arrow for Cordell because he obviously wants to kiss her, and she gets Aaron instead. And she says that her and Aaron are like little sister, big brother, and it felt like incest. Which, okay, so nothing will happen between Serena and Aaron. Good to know. Kyler is up next, and the girl who hasn't shown girl code, she chooses Liv. The boy who is the most boring, she picks Cordell. So I guess maturity equals boring. She targets Hakeem in the challenge for some reason because she gets to kiss him and she just wants to kiss him. And Aaron gets pissed. And why shouldn't he? Again, also, I want to point out, are they having conversations about if, wifey, and bestie, are you guys having conversations about what kissing and doing certain things in a challenge means for your relationship? Because if you are not having these conversations, this is why you're getting what you're getting. Yeah. So Aaron gets pissed, but she says she didn't want to regret anything. So obviously she's been wanting to kiss Hakeem for some reason. Hakeem. And TA points to the same thing I'm saying here. Why Hakeem? Being the crash test dummy to kiss in the challenge by these girls, that was crazy. I don't know. Something about Hakeem, these girls were just like, hey, I just want to try it out. Why? Oh, like this. Danita said that he's going to have to get a banner across the sky to tell her in order for her to get it. And you know what? We might have to ask the producers to do just that. But next confusing thing that happens here is Leah. Leah is asked which girl will have her head turned. She chooses Hannah. Then said which boy is Two Faces, and she chooses her own man, guys. She chooses Rob. And I like, even if you were thinking it, why? And then she says it's because she feels like there's an unanswered question. Girl, there is no unanswered question. Liv is Delulu. You're going to take the delusional girl who's attacking you left and right, obviously, over your man? Are you kidding? And then she targets Kendall to kiss, even though 3 episodes ago she said she hated their kiss. And he says, are you sure? Where's this coming from? He's confused. Rob is confused. Hannah is upset. What was this entire thing, Leah? Oh my God. And I like Leah, but I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about. That was so out of order. Next is Hannah. And again, I just think this Leah thing also triggered an entire something. Sorry, guys. Hold on. This Leah thing, I think, possibly triggered an entire thing. And maybe Kyler too. Hannah is up next, and which girl is leading her boy on? She chooses Liv. So, like, you think she's leading Hakeem on? And why do you care? But okay, I mean, splash Liv all you want to. I don't care. Which boy is not being transparent enough? She says Connor, although she says for him to not take offense to it. So I don't know if that she really meant that. And then she has the arrow, and instead of going for Kendall because she's trying to make up the things that happened, make up for the things that happened that morning, she literally takes her arrow and goes to Hakeem because he knows he misses me. And now I know why Hannah's single. Because why would you do any of this? And the thing is, she wasn't even serious about it. She thought this was all a joke. Why? Kendall is upset. So she gets Hakeem and she kisses him, and he almost drowns her in the waterfall. And she just thought it would be funny. And I'm so confused. Why would you think this would be funny? Oh, like, I feel like it would be funny if you went for like Cordell, or if you went for like another guy, like Hakeem. Out of order. Per se says, has Leah ever had a relationship? If so, somebody must have a number on her in a relationship. I don't know, because there's overthinking, and then there's also just bugging. Rachel says, I was so confused all game. Nothing as I expected. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Danita says, Leah's the only one who still thinks they had unanswered questions. Everybody else knows that Rob and Liv had nothing. Yeah. I don't know how much, like, who needs to reassure her that. I need her to get it through her head, because, girl, you gonna mess up what you have with your guy being just like so insecure about something that didn't happen. Janita also says, Hannah must have hit her head, because how are you going from an apology breakfast to kissing your other choice? Something. Absolutely something. Next, we have Liv. Oh, wait, sorry. Janae. And which girl is the fakest? She says Serena because she knows how she actually feels in her couple. And this is foreshadowing because it was like, oh, so she is lying about how she feels about Cordell. Got it. Which boy will be dumped next? She says Hakeem because of his big mouth and the stunt he pulled. And I think that was a fair assessment. I really do. And then she shoots her arrow at Connor and gets it, and they have a really good kiss under the waterfall. Very sexy. Last, but certainly least, Liv. Her question is, who is the most two-faced? Kyler thinks that she's going to rightfully throw the water bucket at her since she called her something at the top of this. And instead, she swings it, practically punches Leah in the face with it. And now I'm just like, yeah, no, she has a problem with Leah. I don't know why, other than I think that she thinks that like what we said earlier, that she thinks Leah is nobody and that she should like not have to compete against her because she doesn't think that Leah is actually competition. And obviously she's wrong. And then which boys are walking red flag, and she obviously chooses Rob. And he took it, but he was very upset at how she threw the water at Leah. He thought it was odd, and he also thought it was rude and hurtful. And then she takes her arrow, and instead of going for Hakeem, she goes for Kendall. She gets him, and then she kisses him because she says that Kendall is the only gentleman there. I was just going to call her out her name. Liv, you could have had Kendall. You went for Rob, who told you Leah was his number one and that he didn't want you. That is your fault. You could have had Mr. Gentleman. You chose not to choose him. He was open and ready for you. So the guys have to choose. Rachel says Liv was nasty for that period. And Danita says Liv threw that water at Leah harder than she did Rob. So that shows you who she's really mad at. Yeah, she's mad that Leah won. And I don't understand it. You stole her man. She got her back. She got him back. Why are you mad at her? And Prashay says Leah needs to cuss Liv out. Yeah, I was so mad at how she reacted in the makeup room, talking about I love you. And I was like, girl, no. Cuss her out. She deserves it. She deserves it. TA says Liv used her time in the challenge to take revenge on everybody. She was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Because there was no reason for revenge. Like, that's crazy. So we see the boys actually choose as their sexiest vixen Serena. And I mean, fair. Serena, after Serena, the freaking entire game went downhill from there. So I can see why they chose Serena. So we do see that Janae and Hakeem are joking. Connor sitting next to her. After the game is over, Kendall is pissed at Hannah. Didn't think it was funny. Hannah is chatting with Serena and some of the other girls, and they point out that more than likely Kendall is not going to think that that was funny, and she did not realize that he would not see things being funny like she did. And again, I say I think I understand why this girl has never been in a relationship and why she is single. Because what? Aaron is also so pissed. And then we see Liv is sitting down. I think it was either Soul Ties or somewhere, with Kyler winding her up about Aaron not having a right to be pissed. And I'm like, alert, alert. Like, Kyler, are you like, are you not seeing what's happening here? Like, hello, antenna should be up. This girl is going to get your man lost, and she's going to try to come pick him up. What are you doing? Aaron says he no longer is going to be pushing up on her. And I mean, I do think he's moving fast, calling her wifey, but she's not helping the situation. She's not said like I'm truly open. She's still calling him bestie. And I just feel like at this point, I don't believe any one of you. Like, you're still should be open, which is fine, but you guys need to stop saying like y'all are mom and dad, wifey, husband, bestie. It's not true. It's not true. We do see Cordell feels good that at least Serena aimed for him. She just missed. Serena says she's going to find a way to give him some reassurance physically with a peck, but still nothing in bed. And I'm like, okay, Serena. Liv tries to clean it up and says, it's not about Leah. And Leah does take it well. But Liz says she was just trying to be petty. But why the F are you being petty at Leah? You're making no sense. Perche says, Hannah got amnesia because how did she forget everything that happened last night and in the morning? I don't know. I don't know. It was so odd. It was so odd. Like, this is the most outlandish episode. Kyle told us exactly who she was in her intro, wild and free. This is true. I have thought about this a lot, that I do she's saying Kyler, sorry. I do feel like Kyler had been expressing how sexually open she is, how she's not ready to settle down. She was the person who told Ariana that she's just here to have a good time. She does not want to be in a relationship. These men keep trying to lock her down. The problem with Kyler is you are pretending to allow these men to lock you down, and you're not being honest that you don't have no intention on being locked down. And also, you're on Love Island. You do have to be in a couple in order to win the show. So if your intention is not to be in an actual true form couple, please be okay with you being dumped. Please. So we do see them getting ready for the night, and Aaron does ask Connor and Hakeem what's going on. Connor says he hasn't really talked to Kyler lately, which is today. And Hakeem says he hasn't talked to her at all. Like, they didn't have a conversation, and he just thought it was a kiss and a challenge. And so Aaron is not understanding why she's playing these games. And again, Aaron didn't see her intro video, so he knows nothing. Danita says Kyler thought she was about to get robbed. The Rob respond, girl, not when you coupled up with hubby. I do think it's possible he would have given her the Rob response if she hadn't randomly just kissed Connor the day before outside the challenge. And now it's become a pattern. You don't seem to care about my feelings. You're going to kiss a guy outside the challenge. You're going to kiss a guy inside the challenge. You're going to choose to pick other guys to kiss. That is not me. And I can see why he then would be upset, because he does point it out. This is a pattern. TA says Kyler is on the wrong shelf. She wants to be a free spirit. Absolutely. Charlene says Kyler should be on Too Hot to Handle. Definitely. Dina says, good point. I forgot about the Connor kiss. Yeah, I think it was just like nail, like, hammer on the nail 1 yesterday, hammer on the nail 2 today. So it's like, you've got 2 nails in this coffin, girl. I need you to understand that, I don't want 3, 4, and 5 piling up all at the same time if 2 more guys walk into the villa. So fair point to him. They comment on Cordell almost getting a kiss he was begging for. And so then we do see a chat with Cordell and Serena. And this is kind of where I was talking about earlier. Serena says that it sucks that she's the only girl that missed her target. And he says, well, that he'll wait for the kiss, that he, again, reiterates that he does not have a problem taking things slow. And so she stops him from talking. And she's like, oh, I don't believe what you're saying. The stuff you're saying that's coming out your mouth is not true. It feels scripted. I'd rather you just say something stupid. And I'm like, okay, where's this coming from? And she doesn't believe that he's telling her anything but that she wants to hear. And then she says that her intuition was correct. There's no romantic spark, only friendship. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think any of that is what happened here. I think you have a guard up. And I think that you are talking yourself out of the one connection that you have, potential connection that you have in this villa. So Serena, TA says Serena's talking herself out for the show that she currently is on because she does not have options. Yeah. Like, no one's really checking for you, and you're not really checking for anybody else in the villa, so I'm confused. Danita said, oh, I just wanted to shake Serena. I wanted to shake her too. Like, I'm very disappointed in her. I'm not saying she has to force a connection, but the thing is, then the issue is you, and the issue is not him. The issue is you. Don't try to make it seem like the issue is him. The issue is you. Charlene says, I hope Cordell makes it to Casa because Serena might put them in jeopardy. I mean, well, he's fine because boys choose. There's girls coming to the villa. She's going to screw herself off of this show. Charlene says, do you think Serena missed on purpose? No, I think she would have kissed him. I just think she didn't make it. CJ says, Serena really confused me in this scene. Yeah, I mean, it's the 0 to 100. CJ says she has no attraction to Cordell. She's waiting for him. But that's the thing. I think she does have an attraction to him. I think she's making up stuff, which, I mean, maybe she's seeing something that we're not, but from what I'm seeing on the outside looking in, I feel like he's trying to do what we always ask men on this show to do. Check in, make sure you guys are good, make sure that you guys are on the same page. If you don't like the conversations that you're having with him, then you don't like the conversations that you're having with him, which is fine. But then the issue again is on you, because you can't be mad at him for trying to reassure you when you keep saying that you don't want to go fast. you should also be reassuring him that that doesn't mean the issue is with him. But if you can't do that, yeah, no, you have no, like, you have no connection, but that's on you. That's not on him. Rachel says Serena really shouldn't be going around saying she's not feeling him. It will, without telling him, it could backfire. That's what I'm saying. She's going to get the coy treatment. She's going to get dumped. She's going to get dumped. And I will be so sad because I actually like her. But you, like, what? Like, this is not the game. And I'm not saying she should lead him on. I actually genuinely think that they could have a good connection. I just don't think she wants to try. May Jean, welcome May, says, I go for Kyler. It was just a game. I get it was just a game, but also I've said it before. I've said it multiple times. When you are on this show, you have to be very clear what can and cannot be done in a challenge, because then that will determine whether or not you should take offense to something that happens in a challenge or not. CJ says Cordell is doing everything right. She's about to lose a good man and a possibility of winning. Yeah. Danita says, I feel like a kiss would probably help her a bit. She's obviously attracted to him. Just kiss him and see if the spark is there. That's what I'm saying. She's talking herself out of the spark, but while not even pursuing the spark. And CJ agrees with Danita, and TA says Serena has seen the show before and she already knows how quickly this could end for her, which obviously she must be okay with it. Which is why I'm like, I'm sad that we might lose you, but I'm going to have to be okay with losing you. Rachel said, did Serena and Cordell even cuddle that night? There are other ways to be intimate. I didn't see that they cuddled, but I agree. I'm not saying she had, because she said that she wasn't going to kiss him in the bed, but she was going to try to kiss him on the terrace. And then she made up some reason why that didn't happen. Yeah, Charlene says they didn't cuddle. Denise says maybe Serena has to see Cordell for with someone else to do something about it. I was thinking the exact same thing, but that's what I'm saying. Like, she might then end up it being too late, and she's going to get dumped because he's going to choose to go with somebody who's showing him more attention. It's just sad. Hakeem and Kendall chat, and he feels that Hannah isn't telling the truth. He doesn't trust her. Serena does feel like they aren't on the same page, that Cordell thinks they're on the same page, but they're not technically on the same page. I don't know. Cordell doesn't remember what she was saying to him, though, and I think that's his age showing, because like he seemed to really forget what she was trying to say to him. But also maybe because it wasn't really anything he wanted to hear. So Hannah does try to clean up the situation. I don't think she did a good job. Rob wants to know why Kyler kissed Hakeem. Leah doesn't know. She said it was weird. It came out of nowhere. They do chat, and he asked her why she kissed Kendall, and she kind of almost tried to say like, oh, you know, I had questions and I was kind of trying to make you upset. And he said, well, he wasn't mad. And she's like, well, she didn't think he was mad. And then they just decide that they're fine. And listen, I do think that they're fine. I just think Leah's in her head. I do need her to get out of her head ASAP, though. ASAP. Yeah. Prishay says, yeah, she might be too late, because being very blunt the way she did some men, they'll take it well. That's what I'm saying. Brandy says, I'm Team Cordell. I'm tired of him getting played. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is neither of these two girls are coming in for Cordell. They're coming in for Kendall and Aaron. But I can also see them seeing an opening and trying to go for it. So, Danita says, I feel like Janae might call Serena out on not being honest about her feelings. Yeah, I mean, I think she was trying to push her to what we were saying, that, just go ahead and kiss him. Just do it. And Serena then just took the bricks and put the wall up anyway. So yeah. CJ says, I think production told the girls to push the boundary with the game. It was messy but fun to watch. I didn't hate it. I just thought a lot of it came out of nowhere. Like, it was just wild. It was like a roller coaster. It's like, why is that happening? Why is that happening? Whoa, what's going on? Why is that happening? Aaron pulls Kyler for a chat, and he says he feels deflated. She cries. She didn't realize that he would be this upset. No, you and Liv, and you let Liv wind you up about this, said he should not be upset. He didn't have a right to be upset. She needed to have no regrets, and he needed to get over that. But he says, say, how many times can you kiss other men and I be here for 2 times, 3 times, 4 times? I don't want to make this a pattern. And so they kind of go back and forth, and she realizes, like, I'm trying to explain this to you, but you're not getting it. And it's like, honey, I'm not sure if there's anything for him to get. So you just wanted to do what you wanted to do. And you, like, at some point, you have to kind of eat it. You have to be okay with it. Like, I messed up. I did what I wanted to do. You didn't like it. Didn't make you happy. Yeah. So, yeah. She says she hopes she didn't mess this up. And so they separate. He's upset. He goes to the doc. She goes crying. Liv goes after her. Rob goes after Aaron. She's upset that Aaron is upset. Rob tries to help Aaron get out of his head and get his head right on this. But Kyler says she doesn't want to hurt him. He is one of her best friends in the villa. But she thinks it's over. And he does kind of say he wants to take a step back. And so that is where we leave things until Sunday night's episode. So we do see that there's a new 2 new bombshells coming in on Sunday. Andrea for Aaron, Nicole for Kendall. And so we're going to see how this all plays out. I'm concerned for some of my faves. Danita says, look at Love Island USA. 2 good challenges back to back. Absolutely. It was a ride. I appreciate it. CJ says, I love the girls on the US version taking charge instead of what we're seeing on the UK. So refreshing. It is. I will say this. I'm not mad at it. I was just like, wait, what is happening? Danita says, did you peep Kyler said she went first in the game during her fight with Aaron, but the edit had Serena first? I wonder why. Yeah, that is interesting. I didn't catch that. We do know they usually play around with the edits. But maybe Serena went last, and maybe that's why she won. But again, I do feel like what I was saying earlier, it felt like when Serena went, things went downhill from there. So maybe that's how they decided to edit it. It's like I said, like the roller coaster. It's like, whoa. Like, so I can't say I'm mad at the edit, because it was just like, after that, it was just like, whoa. like why is this happening? So I can definitely see why the producers actually made that choice. And Shirley says probably the ending and the intro of the bombshells, that too. So guys, just to wrap up where we are for the week. So tomorrow there is no episode. I'm not sure if there's going to be a Love Island clip show. Um, but tomorrow will be the debut of After Sun. And CJ is saying, Mika, what do you think about Mora? I find it hard to understand her accent. Do you? No, it's not that I have a hard time understanding her accent. I don't care for her. I have not cared for her. I don't like things that she has said in the past. I don't like how she's treated certain people, especially people of color. And so I'm not a huge fan of her as a person. So, guys, I more than likely will not watch After Sun. I'm sorry. But I don't think we'll be missing much. I do want to watch it for Sally, but I'm like, if I miss it, I miss it. It just might have to be it. So on tomorrow's episode, premiere episode of Love Island USA After Sun, Sally will be here. Jess from, again, cheap flight. Jess is coming from Australia to Fiji from Love Island Games. And Corey will be on, and they're going to give a preview of Sunday's episode or of the 2 new bombshells. So if you guys are interested in all of that, that is the episode. Go watch it. Let me know what you think. If I watch it, I will mention whatever I watch, or if I see clips, I will mention whatever it is when I come back to recap Sunday's episode. So I'm off tomorrow. I will see you guys on Sunday. And hit in the comments, what do we think is going to happen with some of our couples, with our messy trio of Leah, Serena, and Janae? Do you think that they are going to lose their men? Do you think we should be concerned? I'm kind of concerned. So I need them to make it to casa, which is like another week. So can we keep them in? They need to stay in. So TA says, thank you. This was fun. Good night, everybody. Charlene says, thank you, Tamika. You're welcome. CJ says, thank you, Tamika. Great review. And Rachel says, I think they are better bombshells than Liv. Oh, hell yes. They're definitely like better than Liv. Rachel says, thanks for the review. Thank you. Thanks, Anita. See you later. So again, follow me on Entertainment in Color everywhere. And I will see you guys on Sunday. Thank you for joining me. It has been a full day of Love Island. We are all cut up. Hopefully after this, we should be good to go. So love you guys. And thank you always for supporting me. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.